Hi everybody, Coach Doug O here. We are going to be doing a wonderful cooking demonstration for you. And today we are going to do a delicious egg salad sandwich. All right. Now, in regards to the egg salad sandwich, we are going to make sure, okay, we get this under 35 minutes total. Now, today, hopefully it'll be about 35 minutes or less. We're counting. But one thing you can do if you are really short on time, today we're going to boil the eggs, and that's actually a lot of the work, is just getting to a boil and then actually just letting it sit. Is going to take the longest part. So even though it takes 35 minutes total, I honestly don't think that it's going to be that horrible for us for those that are at a time crunch, only because you can let it sit. All right, might have to set an alarm, okay, but you'd be good. And also too, if you don't want to let it sit that long, all that's going to happen is just going to change the texture on the inside of the eggs. So if we only do 10 minutes versus the 14 minutes of sitting time, cooling time, it's going to be okay. All right. So what do we all need? All right. For the ingredients today, we need 8 eggs, 8, half a cup of mayonnaise, a teaspoon of yellow mustard, which I already have in a container, but you will need to have those items. Basically, grab yourself measuring cup 2. I already measured it out, so I'm good to go there. Also, you need a 1/4 cup chopped green onion. Okay, so we have that. If you don't like the onion, you don't have to add it. All right, fair enough? Fair enough. Next, salt and pepper to taste. If you don't want to do that, you don't need it. But otherwise, a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, okay, for a little extra taste. Now, let's basically get those items, come back and join me, and let's have at it, shall we? So, you need the eggs, half cup mayonnaise, teaspoon yellow mustard, 1/4 cup chopped green onion, salt and pepper for taste, and paprika. You also will need a knife to cut your green onion. You will also need a spoon to stir your items. You'll also need a cutting board. And then also you want to make sure you have your stove so you can boil those eggs. All right, let's start boiling the eggs because that is going to take the longest time for the actual demonstration today. So what we want to do is, if you want to put a little water in there first, that's fine. I'm just going to put in the 8 eggs right in there. And then a little tip, what you want to do when you add the water, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate? You. We got our 8 eggs in there now. A little tip, what you want to do when you're placing the water in there, basically use cold water and put it over an inch higher, okay, than the actual eggs. Okay, so once again, I'm going about an inch higher. All right, that looks good. All right, so let's boil the water. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn this on here. We are going to get that going here. All right, so we're going to bring it to a boil. All right, as we're doing that, okay, to be honest with you, I forgot a lid. So you would cover it to make it boil a little bit faster. Otherwise, just go from a low setting to a higher setting. That should help you out too. Bring it to a boil, and then we are going to remove it from the heat, and we're going to let the eggs sit in there, once again, anywhere from 10 to 14 minutes. Okay? Now, you can do it less time if you want to, but Google, our friend here, says 10 to 14 minutes will be just fine. And then we want to put it from the hot water, okay, into the cold water, and that's when we're going to peel and chop the eggs. Okay? So right now, keep an eye on that. As that is starting to boil, let's go rinse off your green onion here and your scallions here. I am going to just chop that up. And I'm going to use both the actual green part and the white part. I am not going to be using the top. I'm not going to be using the bottom. Once again, if you don't want to use the onions, that's totally fine. If you don't want to use the onions, you can actually start by getting a 1/4 cup mayonnaise and then just that teaspoon of yellow mustard. If you want to use Dijon mustard, that's totally fine too. Taste is what we like, right? It's not what I like, it's what we like, right? So you can grab what you want. Okay, I'm going to, once again, just chop up roughly about a 1/4 cup. So I'm just going to keep on going here a little bit. In my older age, not going to give you my age right now, but in my older age, I do like a little extra help with my taste buds. All right. All right. So right now, still looking at our water. Make sure it's boiling here. Okay. Just eyeballing that up. Probably maybe just a smidgen more for a 1/4 cup. All right. So just add a little bit here yet. And got that done. So onions are cut. Once again, that is a 1/4 cup. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. The mayonnaise is a 1/2 cup. Don't shortchange the mayonnaise. Don't shortchange it. Okay. So we got that going there. Now, as we're kind of waiting for that to boil, if you got your mayonnaise done, you got your mustard ready, you got your onions ready to go here. One thing you want to do is discuss cholesterol. Now, let me give you a little bit of information here. Can you have eggs? Yes, you can. Am I a doctor? No, I'm not. Okay, I might play one on TV, Dr. Doogie Hauser, MD, but I'm not a real life doctor. But I will say this. Remember what your add-ons are, okay, in regards to cholesterol. It's not always just the egg. So let me give you an example here. If you do 2 scrambled egg whites, this is just the egg whites. You can buy the egg whites, totally fine. 34 calories, 7 grams of protein, cholesterol 0. So scrambled eggs, okay, just the egg whites, 0 cholesterol. So you can buy them, you know, without the yolks. Otherwise, like I said, just take them out. All right. 2 fried eggs. Okay, now that's with the yolk. 184 calories, so that jumped up. Okay. Fat went up to 14 grams, protein 12, total cholesterol 420. That's 2 fried eggs. It's getting there, but it's not horrible, but just remember too, more fruits and veggies the rest of the day so you don't overdo it. Now let's talk Western omelet. 700 calories, 46 grams of fat. So we just went from 2 fried eggs, okay, for fat grams of 14 to 46. Protein 38, so it's a little bit more, but your sodium 2,180, that's not good. And your total cholesterol went to 760. So it almost doubled with that Western omelet. A big breakfast sandwich, okay, from your local establishment. Pick your own restaurant. Calories 760, 48 grams of fat, less protein at 28 grams. Sodium 1,500, so a little bit less, but your cholesterol 485. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not necessarily the eggs that's the horrible part with the cholesterol. It's the add-ons like bacon and cheese, you know, that can really throw things on there. So just please remember portion control. Portion control, all right? Moderation. Once in a while, a little less cheese, a little less bacon if you can. If you can, okay? And that'll help out with your cholesterol, okay? It's the important thing to remember, moderation. So, you know what, if you have a couple eggs, you know, 3 times a week, you're going to be okay. All right? Just remember exercise, all right? And make sure that we do get a lot of high fiber foods in our diet, okay? And then also too our veggies as well, so we can get that HDL raised to work on that LDL, which is the lousy cholesterol, okay? So there you have it, okay? Eggs are not always bad. It's sometimes what we put in with those eggs or the overkill that gets us. All right, so let's take a look over here now. Okay, we are getting closer here with our water boiling. And a couple reminders in regards to the water, stuff like that. If you have a cover, use it. It would help me out greatly to get my water to a boil. And after it boils, it'll also actually help keep that steam in there to get those eggs a little bit harder, a little bit easier for us to crack the shells. But Google says, best way to boil eggs, place eggs in a medium pot, cover with cold water by 1 inch, bring to a boil, and then keep the heat off, but leave it in there. Let the eggs cook in there for 9 to 12 minutes. I said 10 to 14 before, close enough, okay? And basically it's gonna be the doneness, like how well do you want the eggs to be done? So if you don't want them that overly done, if you like your eggs a little less than that, hey, could be 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes. But once again, we're going to shoot for roughly that 10-minute marker. We'll leave it in there. Then we're going to transfer the eggs into the bowl of ice water and then chill for 14 minutes. The water is getting close to being boiling. What I want you to do, and I'm going to pause the video here. Let's go get our water ready, okay, to put in our cold water, all right? So, just going to pause this real quick. All right, I'm back. All right, so once again, what I did real quick, and if you didn't do it already, that's no big deal. I'm just getting my water ready, okay? Right now, my water is boiling, okay? So you want to make sure it's it's rolling pretty good. Make sure those bubbles are really, really popping, okay? So if yours is really popping because you had a lid on it, awesome. What we're going to do is we are going to turn off, okay, the power. Now we're going to wait for about 9 minutes, okay? After that, we have some water ready to go that's chilled. I'm actually put some ice in my water, okay? So I really get the hot to cold to get those eggs really, hard boiled, okay? So that way it's just a lot easier to crack open and go. So what are we going to do, okay? What are we going to do for the next roughly 9 minutes as that is going to get ready for us to be done here? We're going to do a little bit of a take 5 stretch. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, you get a 2-for-1 special here today. So, let's stretch, shall we? Can you use the stretches at work? Yes. Can you use them at home? Yes. What I want you to do is I want you to go arm across. The reason why I like stretching, okay, is it really does kind of relax me a little bit. It helps with muscle recovery, all right? Also too, other side, all right? It slows me down, okay? Right now, if I was at home, okay, I would probably find something else to do for the next 10 minutes here, okay, roughly, all right? And that's not a bad thing. Maybe we throw in a load of laundry. Okay, relax, right tricep. Maybe another thing that we could do, okay, maybe we can make the bed. Another thing that we could do for the next 10 minutes, other side. One thing I would say, plan out your meals for the week. Now, the nice thing about doing planning, okay, in regards to the meals, it's easier at the grocery store, right? Wrist down, okay? If we plan our meals, we know what we can do at the grocery store to save some time, okay? Or we can order online, bring that same hand up. So the nice thing about planning, okay, is you can also plan out some veggies, other hand up, so that you can cut them up and have them ready to go. So right now, maybe you're like, I got my meals planned, Doug. I got my workouts planned, Doug. Wrist down. Okay. Then I challenge you to get some veggies prepped, okay, or some snacks prepped. It's always a good idea to be prepared, okay? Relax. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go up against the wall, put our hand up against shoulder height, put a little pressure into the shoulder. All right, so roughly about shoulder height. And relax. You can probably see a little bit better on this one here. Shoulder. Okay, about shoulder height. Just a little pressure on there. Feel that in the biceps and the shoulder and a little bit of the chest. And relax. Okay, next one that we're going to do. All right, bring up your knee. Okay, I'll go here so you can see me a little bit better. Bring it up and just hold. Now, if you want to go down to the floor, that's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. And other side. All right, going back to prep. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes taking 5, 10, 20 minutes, okay, can actually save you a lot more time later on. And relax. We're in the summertime, folks, right now. One thing is, we have a lot of things going on, okay? Whether it's personally, family, we all have a lot of things going on, okay? What I want you to do, make time for yourself by doing these little things to save time later on, okay? I know for a fact, if you plan out your veggies and your fruits and all that stuff, cut them all up, okay? It might take a little bit of time now, but if you put them in Ziploc baggies, okay, you can do that for the whole entire week. Then you got a couple snacks. Those veggies, 100 calories. Fruit, okay, 100 calories or less in those Ziploc baggies. The nice thing about that is you have a whole week plan, okay? And it's 100 calories each. And it saves you from going, out to dinner every single day for lunch, okay? Planning helps us. Planning does help us, okay? So those are the stretches I kind of wanted to show you. The other thing that I wanted to kind of discuss real quick since we have time, we kind of went over like how much cholesterol is in egg beaters or egg whites. 0. 2 fried eggs with the yolk, 420, okay, milligrams, that is, milligrams of cholesterol, 2 fried eggs. Let's talk about our egg salad sandwich, what the nutrition value is for this one here today. The actual calories, okay, for our whole entire meal with the mayonnaise, with the eggs, okay, is going to be 344 calories. Calories are not bad. Now, this is for 1 serving, okay, and we're making 4 servings total with those 8 eggs, the half a cup of mayonnaise, and the little bit of mustard, which is basically nothing. 344 calories. Protein is 13 grams, which is actually pretty good. The carbohydrates, so you're getting 2 eggs out of that. Carbohydrates, so if you're looking for low carb, this is only 2.3 grams. That is not bad at all, folks. 2.3 grams. Fat, 31.9. It's a little high, but we have to understand we don't have to be perfect every single day in regards to our fat content. Okay? So if we are having a little bit higher fat, for breakfast, guess what? For lunch, have a chicken breast or some turkey or some salmon or some fish, something that is going to be lower in fat, and it's all going to equal out. Okay? And once again, the cholesterol with those 2 eggs is roughly going to be that 380 to about 420, depending on the size of the eggs. Sodium, 350 milligrams. Okay? That's not bad at all. Okay? Yes, it could be better, but if you drink water, you should be good to go. All right, so that's our nutritional facts. So now, once again, we are roughly close to that 9-minute mark. It's about 7 or 8, close enough. We're going to transfer the eggs into the cold water. Once again, I have ice. All righty. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go dump out some of the water right now, so it's easier for me to take out. Otherwise, if you do have some tongs, that'll help you out. But I'm going to dump this out real quick. You hang in tight. All right. You hung in tight, right? Good, I hope so. All right, so we're just going to transfer that over now into the cold water. Now, tongs work. You can also run cold water over this. I basically have work hands, so it doesn't really affect me grabbing it from the hot water out of there or not. But now, once again, now we're going to wait roughly about 8 minutes to chill. After that, what we do is this. After it chills for, actually we're going to say roughly about 10 minutes, okay? We will pause the video. You can, go work on your plans. You can make your list. You can stretch more, okay? You can walk up and down the stairs or march in place for, roughly 10 minutes. After we come back, we're going to combine the ingredients. We are going to deshell these, and we're going to have that wonderful sandwich, okay? So, before I go, if we're making a sandwich, we have to have bread, right? We don't always, so this will kill some time for us. Sorry. But let's talk about options for the bread. Could you eat the egg salad sandwich without bread? Yes, you can. You can. However, I like to make sure that, it doesn't fly all over the place. But when it comes to bread, don't always think white bread for everything. It's not really healthy in regards to getting any nutrients out of white bread. Yeah, it holds your sandwich together, but that's about it. Okay? I did bring a couple different options here today, and I'm just going to go over them. This one right here is private selection. It is basically sugar-free, 100% whole wheat. Okay? 24 grams of grains per serving, and then no high fructose corn syrup. With this, 110 calories per slice, okay? The total fat is at 1.5 grams, so that's low. The total carbohydrates, 20 grams. Dietary fiber, 2. And then total protein, 5. Now, this is an option for us. See if you like it, okay? But it's better than the white bread. And even though it's 110 calories per serving, you're like, well, the white bread is not that bad. The white bread you don't get all these extra nutrients and minerals in your diet. So this is really going to help. But it's also, with all these whole grains, it actually will help you keep you full longer as well. So that's one option, all right? So once again, this is the whole wheat, 100%. The other one that I brought today is traditional Oat Bran Bread. It's from Love and Fresh. 0 trans fats, 70 calories per serving, 0 saturated fat, 120 milligrams of sodium, 2 grams of total sugars. The total carbohydrates on this one is 13 compared to the last one, which was 20. And then dietary fiber, 1. Okay? I brought a couple different options. Okay? And the reason why I brought a couple different ones is because I want you to understand there are other choices than just white bread. Okay? But the thing is, folks, if you want white bread, just have white bread. Okay? But you will get other things out of your diet when you start mixing stuff up with whole grains, and different options there. Okay? All right. With that being said, we are going to come back. We have roughly about 8 more minutes where this is going to cool. All right? Once we come back, we will start shelling. We will then mix everything up. We'll be all set. All right, ladies and gentlemen, see you back in a little bit. Go plan, go prepare, so you are all set to save some time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We went from boiling our eggs, okay, to letting them sit for about 14 minutes. I already have some already cut. I wanted to save some time, so just got a couple more here. So, once again, welcome back. Number 2, let's get all our eggs shucked. Before I forget, you can also buy eggs that are hard boiled to save your time. If you buy them already hard boiled, all you need to do, open them up from the package, cut them up, mix up your mayonnaise, your mustard, half cup mustard, a little bit of paprika on there, boom, done. You just went from a 30-minute video, okay, down to about like 3 minutes, okay? Once again, it might take you a minute or two just to kind of cut the onion, but otherwise, not so bad. All right, so once again, why don't you just get your eggs all ready to go here. All right, once again, I already have a few that are cut and already in the bowl. And just finishing up here. The one thing too about buying them already bought, yeah, it might cost a couple extra bucks, but that way you don't have to worry about the time to shell them or if they didn't turn out. Okay, so once again, we got all our hard-boiled eggs here. Got one more here. All right. So hopefully you are hungry and ready to go here. Oh, I had one that didn't turn out. All right. Well, I lost one. That's okay. So let's finish cutting up our eggs here. And once again, you want to cut them up nice into small pieces here. Going back and forth. Once again, we're going to add these 1, 2, 3, 4 eggs to the other 3 I already have in there. We had 8, lost one. Part of the game. Part of the game, folks. Now, once again, as we're doing this, if you want to keep the yolks in there, that's fine. But if you really do have high cholesterol, maybe you get to the point where you just get rid of the yolks, okay? Now, it looks pretty messy here, but that is okay. However you want to cut them is totally fine. All righty. Now, I like egg salad. Once again, it's really not that hard. It's not a lot of prep work other than the fact that you actually just have to cook it, let it sit. Put it in cold water, let it sit. Get out the mayonnaise, get out the mustard. Shell them, okay? Cut them, mix it with all the mayonnaise, mustard, onions. Other than that, it's pretty simple, okay? And if you want to make it even easier, if you're really short on time, I already have my onions here. I'm just going to throw it all into the bowl here together with my other eggs. Okay. Don't want to waste any. Okay. Got that all mixed up. All right. So I have my eggs in there. I have my onions in there. Now I'm going to put my mayonnaise and my mustard in there, my bowl, my mixing bowl. Okay, got that in there. Get it all out of there. Get it all out of there. Now remember, we got a little bit of salt and pepper for taste. Okay? Use it lightly. Okay? Use it lightly. All right, so mix it together. Ooh, looking good. Looking good, everybody. And then after we get it all mixed, I'm just going to put the, I already got just a very dash of salt and pepper in there already from the first 3 eggs. But here's kind of that without the paprika. Now for the paprika, once again, that is just a 1/4 teaspoon. Otherwise, I just go a little dab will do ya. Mix that all together. And voila. Okay. Now, taste test. Final answer. Good or not good? Take a bite. I'm actually going to use whole wheat here. My whole wheat, 100%. Set that off to the side. Now, the other thing, folks, if you want to just grab 1 slice of bread, okay, fold it in, you just saved yourself 110 calories or 70 calories. Okay? All right, so I'm just going to spoon that on there. Once again, this makes 4 servings. So just eye it up, one in the quadrants. So you got quarter, 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 quarter of your bowl. Taste test. Okay? Let's see how it goes. Bon appetit. Delicious. All right. I'm going to finish that. Thank you for joining me today, making the delicious egg salad sandwich. Once again, folks, just try to make some delicious recipes. If you find one that you can do, stick with it. Add it to your once a week favorites. All right? The important thing is you try and you have some healthier options, and also it'll save you some money. This right here, the eggs were a few bucks. The mayonnaise, a few bucks. The paprika, hopefully you have some laying around the house. If not, a couple bucks, tops, or buy the smaller thing. In regards to the bread, a couple bucks. You just got 4 servings out of it for under 10 bucks. Okay? Where you go to a restaurant, you might get 1 serving, and it might not be the healthiest. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Coach Doug O here saying thank you for joining me. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.